high-fat diet doesn't just weigh on the stomach, it weighs on the brain. While the effects of saturated fats are often framed in terms of heart health or waistlines, emerging research paints a more disturbing picture. Gut inflammation, driven by poor dietary choices, can compromise brain function through the gut-brain axis. This highly sensitive, bidirectional communication system connects the gut and central nervous system through neural, hormonal, and immune pathways. And when the gut falls into inflammatory disarray, the brain is rarely spared. The chain reaction begins with compromised gut integrity. A diet high in saturated fats and low in fiber and polyphenol initiates subtle but significant damage to the intestinal lining. The epithelial barrier begins to loosen, microbial diversity declines, and innate lymphoid cells, particularly ILC3S, reduce their production of IL-22, a cytokine critical for maintaining mucosal health. This weakening of the barrier allows microbial components like lipopolysaccharides, LPS, to slip through and enter the bloodstream. LPS, once in systemic circulation, triggers immune activation. While the inflammation may not be obvious or painful, it is biologically significant. Cytokines such as TNF-alpha and IL-6 begin to rise, creating a background hum of systemic inflammation. But the story doesn't end in the bloodstream. These inflammatory mediators can cross the blood-brain barrier, BBB, or signal through the vagus nerve, a direct neural connection between the gut and brain. This is where the gut's inflammatory signal becomes a neurological one. In the brain, microglia, the resident immune cells, respond to these signals by shifting into a pro-inflammatory state. Normally responsible for cleanup and repair, these microglia become hyperactive, secreting their own inflammatory cytokines and creating a localized state of neuroinflammation. This disrupts synaptic signaling, reduces neurogenesis in key areas like the hippocampus, and alters the balance of neurotransmitters such as serotonin, dopamine, and GABA. Over time, this inflammatory brain state has been linked to a range of mood and cognitive disorders, from anxiety and depression to brain fog, and even accelerated neurodegeneration. Animal studies make this link especially clear. Mice fed high-fat diets show both gut permeability and cognitive deficits, including impaired learning, memory, and stress regulation, often accompanied by an inflamed hippocampus. Supplementing these diets with fiber or omega-3 fats can reverse some of these effects, reinforcing the gut's central role in mental resilience. Human studies echo this pattern. High-fat, low-fiber diets correlate with higher rates of depression, poor executive function, and altered brain imaging results showing signs of low-grade inflammation. And while obesity is often a mediator in this relationship, it's not required. Even lean individuals can experience gut-brain dysfunction if their diets chronically promote gut inflammation. In people with pre-existing vulnerability, whether due to genetics, early life stress, or prior gut issues, a high-fat diet can tip the balance toward chronic mood disorders or cognitive decline without any obvious digestive symptoms. The gut may not complain loudly, but the brain still suffers. The most unsettling part? The feedback loop. Once neuroinflammation takes hold, it can affect autonomic regulation of the gut, slowing motility, altering secretions, and worsening barrier dysfunction, further fueling the cycle. Stress reactivity increases. Sleep quality declines. And suddenly, a person who thought they were just eating normally finds themselves trapped in a loop of mood instability, fatigue, and vague but persistent cognitive dullness. So when people ask whether diet affects mental health, the answer is not just yes, it's profoundly mechanistically and bidirectionally yes. The gut is more than a digestive tube. It's an immune sensor, a microbial factory, and a communication hub to the brain. A high-fat diet may be cheap, comforting, or culturally normalized, but beneath the surface, it's carving a path from gut inflammation to neuroinflammation. And the cost isn't just metabolic, it's mental.